Okay, I'm here in Dumaguete at the Hayahay. Some of you may recognize the background here. And I'm here with Alan Swanson. And this is essentially my first interview that I'm really doing. A lot of you had asked about, getting stories from locals and also expats. And interesting thing is, Alan, it's almost Christmas, so they're doing fireworks. Alan ran into me in Valencia having a pizza and started telling me a bit about his story and what brought him to the Philippines. You're probably going to hear that today. So anyways, I wanted Alan to go ahead and share with you just kind of like what brought him here and how kind of the videos ended up playing a part of that. So you want to share some of that?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Basically, I was in Atlanta at the time. I had been going through a situation where I had had some surgery. They discovered I had cancer, colon cancer. Had it removed, and after that I was sold everything. Venturing over here, my dad and brother reside over here. My brother travels over here. My dad lives on a sailboat. And lo and behold, right before I'm traveling, I wind up getting a call from the doctor and my cancer's returned. And my prognosis is not good. And I wound up running across these videos through the next year as I sat around through chemo, radiation, and intensive surgery, months in the hospital, recovering and going through these surgeries. Basically, these videos were able to give me a laser focus and a reason to live, to get over here and fulfill my goal of being over here to experience the Philippines. I came over finally after a year and has since been a phenomenal experience. Had a lot of wisdom obviously departed onto me, and basically been able to have a successful journey since then.
Wow. So now that you've been here, how long now?
About 6 months.
About 6 months. What would you say has been kind of the difference between your life in the States and then now your life here?
My life here is incredible. I'm resting well. The environment, every day there's so much mystery and mystique. Nothing's the same. The people are phenomenal. The Filipinos are incredible people. And I've not really run across too much problems and whatnot. A few little hiccups here and there, but kind of knew what to look out for based on prior information from, my family and, of course, Reekay's videos. So
you mentioned that, kind of going back a little bit, that your son was the one who introduced you to the videos, and that your dad had a connection with the Philippines.
Correct. Yeah, my dad single-handed sailed over here on his boat at a pretty ripe age, and that's quite a story in itself. He wound up in Cebu, and then moved on down south, down to Davao and however. And basically my son and I would do my surgeries and whatnot. He'd come and crawl in bed, and we'd watch these videos together and depart all this information onto ourselves. And it's really funny because upon arrival, if I was doing anything that he considered out of the ordinary, he would say, "Hey, remember what Reekay said." So kind of gave us a baseline for the success we've had thus far.
And now, since you've gotten here, you met somebody.
Yeah, I have. I initially was kind of wary on the dating situation. I hadn't dated for years, and I wound up meeting one lady. It didn't work out too well, and waited a couple months, and I wound up on a fluke from another friend meeting a lovely lady named Rose, who has wound up being a phenomenal source of help, learning the language, helps take care of me in daily situations, and just an incredible situation. I really don't think I've ever been in a relationship that has so much impact on me ever.
Now, I've said before that the Philippines is not for everybody. You know, there's a lot of yin and yang, pros and cons that go with living here. Would you say that now that you've been here 6 months, having kind of dealt with the food and the climate and whatever, do you see yourself ever wanting to go back, or do you see yourself wanting to stay here?
I will go back possibly for weddings, funerals, and maybe to tidy up a few loose ends here and there, but I see myself being buried on the islands or having my ashes passed out. I love this place. It's phenomenal. It's welcomed me with open arms. This is the land of gentle people, Reekay, and it's proven forth. I totally love this place. Even on my worst days, it's still some of my better days in the States.
Wow. And I guess to wrap things up, is there anybody you want to say hello to?
Oh, I got to give a shout out, of course, to my son Garrett. You know, if it wasn't for him, you know, it'd have been kind of tough situation. He obviously moved here a lot easier than I did. Great guy, and love of my life. And my friends Kevin and Ann, Steve, Janet, Wendy, Greg, they pulled me through my cancer in the States. You know, that and a strong, you know, belief in God. So that's who I want to say hello to.
All right, awesome. Well, look forward to seeing you around here, and man, glad we ended up bumping there in Valencia. Awesome. And yeah, me, I'm planning on being here in Dumaguete at least another year, so I'm sure we'll get to hang out some more, and then who knows where the wind's going to take me after that.
Right? I'm in the same boat.
All right, man, fantastic meeting you. Good meeting you, buddy. All right, well, we'll see you guys later, and hopefully we'll get to do more interviews at some other time, and we'll catch up with you later.